A landfill in Guwahati, India assaults the senses. The garbage rises in inconceivably mountainous heaps while low paid workers scavenge for bits of recyclable materials amongst the refuse, toiling long hours without protection from the untreated waste and vile fumes. Cattle wander through the scene, feral dogs leap from hip to hip, and clouds of backyards soar overhead, seeking morsels below. Adding to the heartbreak, the sprawling 59-acre biodiverse ecosystem or Ramsar site, which sustains more than 200 species of birds, has shrunk in size by about 35% since 1991 due to the development and multiple other threats. Yet, there's beauty in here. It has become an unlikely gathering place for the endangered greater adjutant storks, regal birds that reign over the chaos. Evoking prehistoric creatures, greater adjutant storks stand up to 5 feet tall with wingspans of about 8 feet. Fewer than 1,200 individuals remain, with roughly 80% of those living in Assam's Brahmaputra Valley, known as Boragaon. These birds have developed a strange relationship with humans, dogs, cows, and other birds. It seems they are not afraid of their presence and equally gorge on the fresh dump of waste from incoming trucks. Even though I try to approach as quietly as possible, the birds move away swiftly when I near them. I am not one of their rag picker friends, and I have this ugly camera along. While the world went around growing and expanding its urban sprawl and piling its garbage in the natural spaces, a remarkable bird was slowly disappearing to the non-existence where it once was abandoned. Standing 5 feet tall with wingspan of about 8 feet, the greater adjutant stork today fights daily bouts for its survival in the corners of Guwahati and Bhagalpur in India. They were once one of the most abundant storks in the world, with a range all across Southeast Asia. Today, with merely 1,200 to 1,500 individuals left, this endangered bird is found breeding only in India and Cambodia. Being a bird of the wetlands, it suffered a fate similar to its habitat, as one-third of natural wetlands disappeared in India due to urbanization, agricultural expansion, and pollution. The adjutant stork also disappeared from many of its former habitats. The irony is that nearly all of Guwahati's waste is illegally going into Deepor Bill, a wetland that is notified as a sanctuary and internationally considered to be important. Sanctuaries and protected areas are meant to have eco-sensitive and buffer zones with minimal human intervention and pollution. This is not the case for Assam's Deepor Bill, where the state government has not taken effective steps to safeguard the small sanctuary area. One of the approaches to the bill, a permanent freshwater lake, is through Guwahati's garbage dump. The trash simmers in huge mountains, putrefying in the heat and flowing into the bill and freshwater marshland. In 2017, the mass death of 26 greater adjutant stork raises the obvious question with garbage growing and pollution. What's the future of carrion birds? Some would say that birds adapting to eat garbage is a form of reconciliation ecology in an increasingly anthropogenic environment. With the human footprint growing everywhere, carnivorous birds eating non-vegetarian trash seems like kind of an adaptation. Owing to the easy accessibility of food, it is unlikely that the bird that is foraging on the garbage will stop eating garbage. But if we segregate the waste at a source, the bird will not be exposed to toxic chemicals or accidentally swallow plastic with the food. Conservation efforts for the greater adjutant should also focus on setting up safe feeding sites, as has been done with vulture restaurants. Carrion feeders are nature's recycling agency, and we are rapidly losing most of India's natural scavengers to toxic trash. To see them in the flesh, a trip to Assam or Bihar is in order. These are the only two states in the country that have active breeding populations of this endangered bird. In Assam, flocks of these statisque birds have been seen in the vicinity of Diporbil, a shallow freshwater lake near Guwahati. In Bihar, they have been reported in the village of Kadwa Kosi Diara, where the bird is referred to as Garuda, the mythical steed of Vishnu. The best place to see them, however, remain the garbage dump like this hillside of trash near Guwahati's Diporbil. The storks visit regularly along with other scavengers and circumstantial scavengers such as crows, cows, rats, even eagles, and can be found sorting through the trash for scraps of meat and vegetable wastes. While their numbers are heartening, their condition is far from hopeful. Its scavenger status is one of the reasons that these birds have a reputation for being unhygienic and a carrier of disease. In residential areas, people have known to torch their nests, even cut down trees where these birds roost, leading to the loss of life. But thankfully, all is not lost. Due to conservation efforts by the Hargila army in Assam and the Mandar Nature Club in Bihar, the narrative around this harmless bird is changing from being a source of irritation to one of pride. Weavers from the village have even started including motifs of this greater adjutant in handloom saris and scarves as a way to draw attention and awareness to the species. In full circle, the Hargilla is back in style, except this time no birds were harmed in the making of the merchandise. Endangered greater adjutant storks patiently await their turn at a landfill near Guwahati, Assam. They await their turn patiently at the garbage table. Every time a fresh truckload of garbage enters the landfill, people rush to it first. Once they are done with their pickings, the storks move in, filling their gullets with rotten meat. I still wonder how the species, living so calmly in an urban environment, could be so endangered. its feeding habits and association with vultures and other scavengers, it is generally not hunted for food, and it happily lives in the countryside. Then why did their population degrade? Extensive fishing by humans have depleted the piscivorous birds' food sources. It also eats frogs, aquatic snakes, snails, and unwary birds. But intensive use of wetlands and their conversion to crop fields have reduced the adjuvants areas for foraging. Perhaps the extensive use of pesticides in these fields has further contributed to its depleted population. From the mid-1990s, another problem had occurred. There has been a massive decline of vultures, resulting in an enormous increase in stray dog populations. They do not allow the birds to come near the carcasses. It is also eaten by some communities in northeast India. As a result, except for Assam, the adjutant has disappeared from Nagaland, Meghalaya, Arunachal, Tripura, Manipur, and Mizoram. In short, this large bird was in serious trouble. As you see, with their large curved beaks, these storks quickly pull out carcasses and other food from the truck. Their rat picker partners are competing amongst themselves to grab high-value recyclable items such as plastic, cans, and bottles. The birds and rat pickers work in tandem, shifting through heaps of trash. Management of garbage at the source and at the dumping ground is the key. Scavenging in toxic environment is a hard reality for the birds. Nonetheless, storks eating trash may not be a preferred choice. In Assam, storks are also found in Nagaon, where they do not eat garbage. In Bihar, the greater adjutant storks have never been seen eating garbage. There are breeding populations of the species in Kadwa-Kosi Diara, in the Ganges, and in Khagadia. This could possibly be because the garbage dumps here are smaller and the areas where the storks breed don't have significant non-vegetarian demographics. They eat snakes and rats in paddy fields and fish from the water bodies. As a summary, it is our collective failure if garbage, our dirtiest possessions, goes into sanctuaries, our cleanest places. If you like my work, please like, comment, and share these videos. And to see more of my work in future, please subscribe to my channel. Till then, take care, stay happy, stay healthy.